Never in history has a modern military. Iran had a modern military, a modern navy, a modern air force, modern air defenses, leadership, massive bunker. Never has a modern military been so rapidly and historically obliterated, defeated, from day one with overwhelming firepower. The air campaign that we've conducted, that Israel's conducted alongside us, was one for the history books, truly. And it's because we have a president of the United States that when he sends his warfighters out to fight, he unties their hands to actually go out and close with and destroy the enemy as viciously as possible from moment one.
At Fort Bragg, North Carolina, the 82nd Airborne Division is moving. Approximately 3,000 soldiers from the division's Ready Brigade, part of the Immediate Response Force, are preparing to deploy to the Middle East. Their mandate: be wheels up anywhere on the globe within 18 hours of receiving the order. The order came. The clock started. Across the base, paratroopers are packing. In barracks and staging areas, soldiers stuff rucksacks with clothing, field rations, and gear. M4 rifles are stripped down, bolt carrier groups wiped clean, moving parts oiled, weapons reassembled and function checked. Machine gunners pull belted ammunition from crates, feed linked rounds through their weapons to confirm smooth feeding, coil the belts, and seal them into ammo cans, spare barrels, and cleaning kits packed alongside. By sunrise, every one of these soldiers needs to be aboard an aircraft in Airborne. While the troops gear up inside the hangars, the airfield is already alive. Ground crews swarm C-17 Globemaster III aircraft lined up along the tarmac. Loadmasters guide forklifts carrying heavy pallets and military vehicles up the rear cargo ramps into the cavernous bays. Armored trucks, Humvees, and HIMARS rocket launcher systems roll aboard and are chained hard to the cargo deck. Up front in the cockpits, pilots power up avionics and run their checks. Navigation, radar, flight management, computers, all verified before a single soldier steps onto the ramp. Then the word comes down to the hangars. Move out. Soldiers grab their bags and personal weapons and file out onto the airfield. A sergeant runs a final brief at the ramp. When you're coming down and you're about to hit the ground, slow down, spread your feet. The C-17 wait with rear ramps down. Soldiers walk toward their assigned aircraft carrying duffel bags and hard cases. At the ramp, they set their bags onto the cargo roller system built into the floor. One soldier inside stacks them tighter, pulling cargo straps and tie-down cables across the load so nothing shifts during the 14-hour flight. The soldiers climb aboard and take their seats along the walls and center rows. The mood is relaxed. Some talk, some joke around. Some pull out their phones for one last look before putting them away. This is not their first deployment. Loading onto a C-17 feels as routine as boarding a bus. The rear cargo ramp lifts up first. Then the upper door section folds down and seals against the lower ramp, locking the aircraft shut and pressurizing the cabin. All 4 Pratt & Whitney turbofans spool up one after another. The C-17 taxis to the runway, lines up, and accelerates. The heavy transport lifts off and climbs into the morning sky. 14 hours later, the first C-17 touches down at a military airfield in Qatar. The rear ramp drops the moment the aircraft reaches the unloading area. Offloading begins immediately. HIMARS rocket launcher vehicles fire up their engines, unchain from the cargo deck, and drive straight down the ramp onto the tarmac. They do not stop at the airfield. They drive directly to their assigned firing positions near the border. Armored vehicles follow. Cargo pallets are pulled off by forklifts. The turnaround is fast. Aboard the aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln, operating in the region, Marines are loading into helicopters for their own movement to Qatar. They board Sikorsky MH-60S Nighthawks and V-22 Ospreys parked on the flight deck, full combat load, rifles, body armor, packs, ammunition. The helicopters lift off one after another and fly toward the Qatari coast. The Marines are being concentrated here for rapid reaction capability. A large ground force positioned close enough to respond the moment things escalate. They land in Qatar and move directly into a camp already established by advance teams. Tents up, perimeters set, communications running. Arriving troops drop their gear, receive a quick orientation brief, and take their positions. Offshore, transport ships begin launching amphibious assault vehicles into the water. These are armored tracked machines built to operate on both sea and land. In the water, rear-mounted water jets push them through the surface at up to 8 knots. The hull stays sealed and buoyant. Once they reach the shoreline, the water jets cut off and the tracks take over, driving the vehicle up the beach and onto solid ground like any armored personnel carrier. Each AAV carries up to 21 Marines with full gear and is armed with a turret-mounted machine gun and grenade launcher. Behind them, landing craft air cushion vehicles emerge from the transport ships. These are massive hovercraft riding on a cushion of air generated by enormous rear-mounted fans. Each LCAC carries several trucks, armored vehicles, or up to 60 tons of cargo and skims across the water at speeds exceeding 40 knots, spraying seawater in its wake. It drives straight up onto the beach without slowing. The ramp drops and vehicles roll off directly onto
20 feet right. Watch your spacing on the left. Roger that. Slowing down now. Chocks in place. Vehicle secured.
Keep coming. Watch your spacing on the left. Bring it right. Steady, steady. Hold it there. Pull harder on that ratchet. I got it. It's tight now. Looks good from here. Secure that lock. Check the tension on that binder. It's tight. We're good to go here.
Contact bearing 045, range 15 miles.
Roger that. Tracking hostile. Weapon status hot.
New contact, bearing 090, fast mover.
Acknowledged. Confirming classification.
See this cluster right here? They're accelerating.
I see it. Checking IFF now.
Contact bearing 090, range 50. Status update required.
Applying final torque to the coupling.
Confirmed green on the diagnostic tablet.
Check the seam right here. Looks like a hairline fracture.
Copy that. Documenting the location now.